This is Traylee.
Yo, this is Franco Flormon. L.
Hi, I'm Pay.
Hi, how you doing? This is Omar.
No, this is Walt Deezy.
This is Jay.
And I'm Dejanay. And this is Street Talk.
Chivalry's definitely not dead to us.
It's not dead.
You know, we hold chivalry. You know? We do that. We're actually men. You know? Men are supposed to look out for their women. Yeah. We protect the women. That's why we here.
Exactly. Everything
the kids
is
and the
for
women.
the women. Children.
That's the womb. Carries the child. You know, it's a Stargate here. You want to get here, you got to get it through the queen and the woman.
Well, it depends on the type of person you are and, you know, the people you're attracted to. If you are the type of woman that carries herself in a certain way, and you attract a man that carries himself in the same way, then he's going to do certain things.
I have to agree. I mean, I can see both sides of that. Because some people are just used to walking sweet. Ratchet this. But then there's some people like myself that, like, I love when my man does it for me. Like, I love when he does stuff like that for me because that shows me that he respects me.
So yeah, in a way, chivalry is kind of dead. You do have some guys who do believe chivalry isn't dead, and they might do that for that special someone in their life.
Chivalry is definitely not dead. Because I still believe that in order to woo a perfect woman, you need to incorporate chivalry. And in this day and age, I specifically believe it's not there for all of us. But for me, I'll do it. I'll open the car door, I'll pull out the chair for you.
Yeah,
Walk through home at night.
Chivalry is definitely not dead.
If I were to open the door, or to a car, or to a restaurant, it would be foreign. It would be like, how are you doing this? So I think for some, in my situation, in some cases, females definitely don't even remember about chivalry.
Yeah.
The whole like major chivalry, I'll throw my jacket over a puddle of water for you so you can walk across, and nah, that died when females started categorizing that as thirsty. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, I got sisters, I got a mother, and you would want
Treat them the same way.
So
some people disrespect their mother.
yeah,
They
exactly.
disrespect their sister.
And if they most of the time they disrespect their mother, they disrespect their girls or whatever.
9 times out of 10, that's facts.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking.
I feel like dating, you're taking steps to getting to know somebody more instead of just, you know, going right into it. So I think that's what dating is. Not all about sex and everything. I mean, that's probably just
Having an agreement to spend time with each other and connect and form a mutual bond.
Dating can be, I'm seeing multiple people, not necessarily I'm having sexual intercourse with multiple people, but I'm dating and exploring my different options with sex. Certain people, you know, whether it could be going out for a drink or maybe just catch a movie, or, I mean, if people still go to the museum for dates and stuff like that, that's dating.
Dating is basically getting to know someone. You're getting to know their background, you're getting to know their morals, you're getting to know what they're all about. And I feel like for me, like, I did that. And so I've seen other people around me do that, you know, before jumping right in.
Like if the mind is at the same place and like y'all know what it is, that's dating to me. That's what I feel like it is.
A lot of people think dating is taking a girl out to a restaurant,
so we always gotta go out.
You can stay at home, make a beautiful, nice meal.
Spending so much money. In actuality, you know you need that money. You know you got credit to pay and all that. So you don't really have to do all that. You can just come to each other's house. You know,
a real female
meal. She can
Just like testing the waters, just basically mainly just getting to know each other.
Dating's the whole process of, you know, putting the bait on the hook and throwing the water out into the ocean. That's dating, you know. You're exploring your options, and once you get a relationship, you know, that's the fish that bit the bait. And if that relationship fails, then you just throw that fish back into the sea. So
You don't know who you could be investing your time into, and you don't want to be finding out in the end that all the time that you invested is wasted. So.
It is what it is, though.
Mental and physical, that's something that, you know, people would just set apart and break it down and put it apart from each other, you know. But at the end of the day, you need both.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you need the physical, you know.
Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do.
But it's like you gotta balance it out.
Balance. Yeah, like we were saying earlier, it's all about
Exactly.
balance. Everything is a balance.
You said you need to know what level your future partner is on. Like, you need to know what they like, you need to know what they don't like. In order to build a relationship, you need to know what they can take and what they can't take. And you should want them to know about you. You should want them to know how you feel about certain things, what you like to do, what are your interests, like things like that. I definitely think like the physical would be a plus. Well, it is a plus, but more so the emotional overrides the physical. You need a foundation for anything that you want to hold on to. So definitely emotional.
Because some days you won't have the romance. You won't have that, oh yeah, I want to tear his clothes off, or I want to tear her clothes off type mentality. You know, or yeah, I want to go out on a date, you know, nah. You know, so you need that friendship, that emotional connection for y'all to be able to last and so forth. Plus, not every bad chick is good for you, and not every, you know, popping dude is good for you, you know, so you kind of realize after a few bad apples that you got to change your perspective and change what's important when you're looking for that significant other. So,
you know, you need the emotional, like I said before, you need that foundation to, you know, be in a relationship with someone, but then you also need the physical attraction, because if you don't have the physical, that leads to cheating.
Like the emotional too. Yeah, you know, it's like the mind, body, and soul. You need the Trinity structure, you know, you need all of that.
An artist out of White Plains, New York. You can check me out on Instagram at WALDIZI, or you can check me out on Twitter, WALDIZI. Same thing. My heart, like a blood vessel. You keep me going. You're like my pedal. Arm to arm, we belong just like a pretzel. You accept my imperfections. I look at you, see my reflections. We could last forever, we could be like penguins. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I don't want them.